Hi guys, well today I'm in Caversham and I want to talk to you about fears, and actually you can hear some of the traffic going about and some people looking at me because I'm making a video in the street and they're all off to work and I'm strolling beautifully towards hopefully the Costa, because I don't live here so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I remember the directions. Basically I stayed overnight in the spare room of a client because yesterday I came up to sort of do some one-to-one and go through the business plans and get it all written down, partly because sometimes when you're talking over the phone you can't visually see it, and it's great to get a massive plan on paper because it makes it more visual and then you can sort of envisage where the business is going. But we started quite late because basically we were building and bonding a good friendship anyway, and had been down to the river and had a drink on the river overlooking a beautiful view and talking about life in general and where the business had been and the past and everything. And one thing that was becoming clear was there was still a fear of a lack of abundance, if you like to use the abundance attitude in worrying about things like, you know, what if it all went wrong tomorrow? What if suddenly there were no women who wanted to train, there was no money, you know, the fear of losing clients, and then can you replace them? And of course we're all on a sort of constant treadmill of that, aren't we? You know, every time someone leaves Block the Bitch VIP, and we've discovered the only reason people leave is they don't make time to use all the information, and believe me, we do exit interviews so we know. There's always that fear that can I replace them? Oh my God, the money's dropping, da da da. But then the one thing I was trying to say, and I'll say it to all of you, and I'm about to go on quite a busy main road, and everyone's going to think I'm a nutter, and that's one of my fears, everyone thinking me doing videos is nuts, is that there's always money. You know, money doesn't just sort of disappear off the face of the earth. And if you think about it, even if you can't replace a client, even if no one is attracted to your business, you can still get money. I said at the end of the day, you can go clean toilets or work in a 24/7 garage. The UK, which is where we're based, is never short of jobs and money. They may not be the best ones in the world, but if you're willing to do them, there's always money. So you can just sort of dismiss that fear, and as businesses grow, they build their own momentum to a certain extent and their own sort of inbuilt referral system. I mean, 3 people I work with one-to-one were just through recommendations and referrals, not through any advert I'd done, not through any Facebook marketing system. Yes, a profile that I build by doing these videos, but you know, they were actually personal referrals because people are trusting with a large amount of money, and who do we trust most but our friends if they refer us? You know, if we're looking to buy a new car, if we haven't already got a preferred brand, we tend to ask our friends, what car do you have? What do you think of that car? What do you think of that brand? You know, even for holidays and things like that, or areas to live in a new town, we will ask around, we'll try and find out. So referrals are hugely important, and one thing we kind of worked on yesterday to overcome some of these fears was to get a system together of online and offline marketing that is systemized but is about becoming so well known that you get really, really well referred. And one challenge I said to a lot of people on the phone is I want you to speak to 2 new people every single day, because if you do that within a year you'll have spoken to 700 people. And if one of those 700 people doesn't refer or talk about you to someone else, I'll be absolutely surprised. So I've got to go now because one of my fears, being stared at and being seen as a nutter, is really coming true. So I'm going to leave you and post this up and see what you think. Okay, bye.